Hello folks, Dustin Zarni here, Democratic Elections Commissioner for Onondaga County, and welcome to Commissioner in a Car. Today is Wednesday. I'm a day late again. So I'm a day late because yesterday I got busy with some work at the Board of Elections, and it got kind of late, and I couldn't get it all done. I'm sorry, there goes my podcast going.
Coming from the radical right by watering down.
There we go. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties all around, but we're here now. Commissioner Carr, today is Wednesday. It is June 12th, and this is the early voting starts on Saturday edition. This Saturday, early voting will start for the June primary. Remember, June primary, Democrats in Onondaga County, you can vote in Congress for your next representative to face Brandon Williams. Senate District 50, Democrats can vote for your representative. And in Congress, you get to choose between John Mannion and Sarah Clee Hood. Democrats get to choose between Chris Ryan and Tom Drum for Senate District 50, and that is Camillus, Geddes, Clay, Cicero, DeWitt, and Manlius, and I believe Salina. Yes, and Salina as well, and that is, and then of course going into Oswego. So that is your choices there. And then if you're in Senate District 48, which is the western half of Onondaga County, as well as the southern part of Onondaga County, as well as the city of Syracuse, and you're a Republican, you get to choose for Senate District 48 between Caleb Slater and Fannie Villarreal. And if you're in the town of Lysander, you get to choose for Republican representative for the town of Lysander town board seat that was vacated by Kevin Rode when he became supervisor. The Republicans are having a primary. Democrats have a candidate that will face them in the fall. Those are the races. But what the point of this podcast was to talk about early voting. Early voting starts on Saturday. That's in-person early voting. Early voting by mail has already been going on. And if you want a request for that ballot, go to onvote.net and we will get you out a ballot. Remember, that has to be turned in by election day, either postmark or at one of the polling places. So we need time to mail it out to you, time for you to mail it back. So if you need a request for that, you need to do that today. But early voting, in-person early voting, starts on Saturday. The places where you can, let's do the dates. Dates is Saturday, June 15th, and it runs until Sunday, June 23rd. 9 full days of early voting. The times, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day except for Tuesday and Wednesday, which are noon to 8. The places, we have 6 places in Onondaga County where you can go early vote. Clay Town Hall, Camillus Fire Station, DeWitt Town Hall, Lafayette Fire Station, number 1, Armand Magnarelli Center in the city of Syracuse, and Beecham Library in the city of Syracuse. So that's those are the places. Let's talk about the first day, though. The first day of early voting Saturday is what's known as Golden Day. And why is it known as Golden Day? Because you can register to vote and vote by affidavit on the same day. So if you are not registered to vote at all, you can register in a party and vote on the same day on Saturday. Now, if you're registered in a party already, you can't change your party. And if you've moved but you're already registered, you can vote any day by affidavit. But Golden Day is for the people who are not registered at all. Let's say you turned 18. You didn't know that you wanted to register and vote in this primary, but now you do. You can do so. And you can do that on the first day. So you show up to any of these early voting sites. They'll look you up in the poll book just to make sure that you're not already registered. And if you're not, you can do an affidavit ballot, and that's what's considered a Golden Day vote. It's the last day to register for the primary. So be it. So that is what's going on. So that's Golden Day. Now, how does early voting work? Well, it's fairly simple. Early voting, we have electronic poll books at every polling site that are the only piece of equipment that is ever connected to the internet. Those electronic poll books are in constant talking to every of the other electronic poll books throughout our whole county, whether they're election day sites or early voting sites. So when somebody shows up at an early voting center, they go and check in. The poll book will send a signal to the printer that is in the office. Our Kyocera printers, brand new stuff, really top of the line. It prints a ballot that is for your election district where you live. That ballot, you then get that ballot and vote. At the same time, within seconds, a signal is sent out to our hub saying that you've already voted and you've checked in. And then a signal is sent out to every other poll book in use in the county, telling them that you've already checked in. So by the time that ballot is printed, every other poll book in the county will know that you've already voted. So you won't even be able to go vote somewhere else if you vote on the same day, unless you're the Flash. And even then, our inspectors are not that quick to actually enter in the data. So you're not going to be able to, nobody can vote twice. That the system has worked really well. We use the no-ink poll books and the no-ink poll print system. Have been doing it since 2019. They're a great partner, and we've done that. So no need to worry about double voting. Now, if you've requested an absentee or an early vote by mail ballot, you will not be able to vote in person on the machine. But let's say you requested that absentee, it didn't come to you, or you decided you wanted to vote in person, you can still vote in person by affidavit ballot. So when you show up at the polling place, the poll book will say, no, you requested an absentee, and then it will tell you you can vote in by affidavit. And you should vote by affidavit because it will count, as long as you didn't return your absentee. So that's another thing you need to know. You do not need ID to vote. However, if you have your mail check card that we sent you, it has your code on there as a voter, and it acts as a fast pass. Your driver's license will also act as a fast pass. So if you want to voluntarily present to that, then it will help our inspectors find you in the poll book real quick. Not much else you need for early voting. Now, if you're a first-time voter, though, we may ask you for ID. That's only if we haven't been able to verify you with the DMV or the Social Security info given on your voter registration system or cards. So that's the only time that you'll be asked for ID, is in those rare cases if you're a first-time voter and in New York and we haven't been able to verify you. So I don't think there's anything else you need to know about early voting, but I will recap the places, times, and dates. It goes from Saturday, June 15th to Sunday, June 23rd, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day except for Tuesday and Wednesday, which is noon to 8. 6 sites all throughout Onondaga County. In the north, you got Clay Town Hall. In the west, you got Camillus Fire Station. In the east, you got DeWitt Town Hall. In the south, Lafayette Fire Station, and 2 sites in the city of Syracuse. In the northern part, Armand Magnarelli Center, and in the southern part, Beecham Library. Go to onvote.net. You can check your voter registration. You can check your status. You can check the early voting information and see if you want to vote. There will still be a chance for election day voting. That we'll be covering that 2 weeks from now. When we have 146 sites open. So, my good friend Dave, it's in the comments. So I will read his comments and answer them. Any chance any last minute election bills will pass? Nope. End of session has already happened. What hasn't passed, hasn't passed. Now, there's always a chance that the Assembly or Senate will be called back into session. I I haven't heard anything like that, but it's possible. There's still this congestion pricing thing that seems to be a little bit of a mess, and so there could be some need to come back into session for that. Will election bills be a part of that? I don't think so. Unfortunately, I'm very upset about that, and this will be a future commissioner in the car. Right now, I'm going to deal with the election. But in July, I'll be talking about the election legislation that got passed that is awaiting the governor's bills and what didn't get passed and why. So I will talk about that in July. For now, we're going to focus on the primary. And will there be early voting on Juneteenth? Yes, there will be. On Father's Day and Juneteenth, there will be early voting. Whether just because it's a federal holiday does not mean there won't be early voting. So Juneteenth, I believe, is happening this Sunday. And an incredible celebration of freedom in America. But election workers do not have it off. We do not have Father's Day off. We never will, by the way. So we will be working. So honor us and honor Juneteenth and honor fathers by going to vote. So especially ones that might have some free time. And then what's going on with Porzingis? Well, I'm glad you asked, David, because as you know, my Boston Celtics are going for Game 3 of the NBA playoffs tonight. They are facing the Dallas Mavericks. And our superstar, one of our superstars, Porzingis, is hurt, but he is going to play, from what I understand. And I am ready. I am ready for the game. Yes, that's right. I have my Celtics stuff on underneath me. I was ready for this. David didn't know I was ready for this, but I'm ready for this. So here we go. I'm going to be at Tully's tonight. Game 3 of the Boston Celtics versus Mavericks. I've been waiting many, many years for a championship, and they're up 2-0, so I'm really hoping that this will be the year. So I had to get my Celtics plug in. But other than that, again, early voting starts on Saturday for the June primary. Next Tuesday, if you're in the Village of Liverpool, you can vote in the village election. You cannot go to early vote and vote in the village election. And the big hot topic there is whether they're going to move those elections to November. There's a proposition on the ballot. You got to go to Village Hall. It's open noon to 9 on Tuesday. So go to that. We'll be talking about that next week. And next week's Commissioner in Car, the next 2 Commissioner in Cars will be on Mondays. Why? Because there are election days on Tuesday. So on Monday, the 17th, I'll be talking about the Liverpool village election and also how early voting went the first weekend. And on Monday, the 24th, I'll be talking about the June primary on Election Day on that. So that's a little schedule change for Commissioner Carr. This Friday, I will have Stacey Finney, Mayor Stacey Finney of Liverpool. She will be my Zoom with Zarni guest, and we'll be talking about the first year as mayor, but also why the village of Liverpool is thinking about moving their elections to November. And then finally, weekly wonk. I did Assembly District 126 this last weekend. I plan on doing Assembly District 127 this next weekend. So I hope that you will get out there and vote early. Get out there and vote for your choice. If you are a Democrat in Onondaga County, you will have a choice. All of the Democrats have a choice for Congress. Half of the Democrats have a choice for Senate District 50. If you're a Republican in Senate District 48, you will have a choice at the ballot. That's the Town of Lysander, which happens to be in Senate District 48, is also having a Republican town primary, but also Senate District 48 is having a Senate District primary. So that's what's happening, and a little scattering of county committee primaries that are only ED levels and only affect a couple hundred voters. And there's about 10 of them. If you want to know what those are, go to our website, onvote.net. There's candidate information, there's early voting, there's all of this information. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go Celtics. Come on, Porzingis. I know you only have one leg now, but you can do it, and we can win it. All right, go out there and vote. Bye-bye.